For 139 years, one amusement park, located on a peninsula jutting out into Lake Erie, has created countless memories and traditions for millions of families. That park is Cedar Point Amusement Park in Sandusky, Ohio. When Cedar Point first opened in 1870, the park as we know it today did not even have a thrill ride to entertain its guests. Today, Cedar Point now boasts over 75 rides and attractions, including 17 roller coasters, from 1964's family favorite, Blue Streak, to the side-winding, terrain-hugging Maverick, which debuted in 2007. With so many coasters having some sort of historical significance, our focus is on 3 record-breaking coasters: Corkscrew, Top Thrill Dragster, and Magnum XL 200. But what makes this park, specifically these roller coasters, function each and every day of each season, year after year? We caught up with park spokesperson Robin Innes.
All right, the Corkscrew is one of 17 roller coasters at Cedar Point, and built in 1976. It's one of the oldest existing coasters in the park itself. In 33 seasons, it has given more than 56 million rides. And from a historical standpoint, when it opened in 1976, Corkscrew was the first triple looping roller coaster in the world, and the first roller coaster really that had its track that went over the midway, so spectators could stand under the midway and watch the ride itself. Cedar Point overall has a very stringent year-round maintenance program. And what that involves is that as soon as the park closes, the ride cars are overhauled in that. So we inspect padding, we inspect seat belts, wheels, carriages, hitches, all the components of the trains themselves are overhauled. At the same time, during the winter and in the spring, we will examine all portions of the track itself so that the track is in good shape. Prior to opening, all of our rides have to be inspected and licensed by the Ohio Department of Agriculture, its Ride Amusement Safety Division. So they will come in prior to opening, probably about a month ahead of time, and inspect all of the rides itself. The state can also come in anytime during the summer to look at our records and to look at and examine our safety program. So we work very closely with the state. It's in everybody's interest to have a very, very safe operation.
In 2003, Cedar Point upped the ante when it came to thrills. Top Thrill Dragster opened on May 4th, 2003 to a delighted opening day crowd.
The Top Thrill Dragster was, again, another history-making roller coasters for Cedar Point. When it opened in 2003, it was the world's tallest, fastest, and steepest roller coaster. Its first hill is 420 feet tall. It reaches speeds of 120 miles an hour at 2 different locations, and it is straight up 90 degrees and straight down 90 degrees.
Although Top Thrill Dragster delivers a thrilling ride, the maintenance required on a ride of this stature requires more than your average coaster.
Maintenance-wise, again, we have a very stringent year-round program for the Top Thrill Dragster. That also includes daily inspections of the ride every day the park is open. One of the unique features of the Top Thrill Dragster is that each day our ride mechanics have to go up an elevator that takes them up along the side of the hill, and they will make their inspections that way, and they eventually have to go all the way to the top of the hill to complete their inspections. And so they have to do that every day when the park is open.
While Top Thrill Dragster broke the 400-foot high coaster barrier, becoming the first strata coaster, one coaster still, to this day, remains the original height and speed machine: Magnum XL 200.
The Magnum XL 200 is another example of the fine legacy of Cedar Point roller coasters. When it opened in May of 1989, it was the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the world. It was the first roller coaster to top the 20-story tall threshold for height. It traveled at 72 miles an hour and had a first drop, 60-degree first drop. Since then has made it a world-renowned roller coaster for the first year and for 20 years ever since then. The Magnum itself has given more than 40 million rides in those 20 years, and last year alone it gave almost 1.8 million rides alone. In fact, it was the most popular roller coaster at Cedar Point last year, and was one of 9 roller coasters to give more than 1 million rides in 2008. The Magnum itself is still considered to be one of the most popular roller coasters in the world. Since it opened, it's been considered as a top 10 steel roller coaster in the Golden Ticket Award of Amusement Today, which is an industrial magazine, international magazine that covers the amusement and water park industry. This will be a special year for Magnum because this is its 20th anniversary. So we've got several special events planned for it throughout the year. It kicks off on opening day, which is Saturday, May 16th. At that day, we'll have a special commemorative opening ceremony with Magnum. That will include some state proclamations about the ride. We'll also have a special congratulatory card that our guests can sign. The Firelands chapter of the American Red Cross will be auctioning off seats on the first train of this historic season for Magnum. So all in all, there will be a lot of different special events for Magnum and fans of Magnum to see and do throughout the summer.
Well, there you have it. As Cedar Point prepares for its 140th season, we just took you behind the scenes of what it takes to make sure these thrill rides are ready to go. From cars to loops, elevators to hills, Cedar Point shows why they're a leader in maintenance, safety, and clearly focused on their most important guest, you.